Welcome to Spin Town, everyone. This is me playing the Nile a long time ago, and obviously not live commentary. The video has been sped up because this match lasted about an hour and 40 minutes, I think, which is not necessarily a long game of the Nile, because for people who have played on the Overcast Network know the Nile can go 2-3 hours or longer sometimes. It just depends. But the reason I am uploading this sped up version of a Nile match is because one of the things I never really got to do before Overcast closed is I wanted to make a tutorial for how I play defense on the Nile and like what are my strategies. Not necessarily the best strategies. There are other legitimate strategies that people do that I just don't necessarily like or use. But I think my overall idea of how to play defense on this map is pretty effective, and other people in the community use a lot of these strategies. It's not like I came up with anything on my own here that's all that unique or amazing. But yeah, the first thing I do is you already saw me go get arrows out of the tower there where they keep power bows right out of spawn. Then I go get iron and make all the equipment. I make sure I build axes, a shovel, pick, sword, or I make sure I got all kinds of tools. You see I'm using shears. And of course I get the armor and I get a power bow from up there and I get more arrows. And I really believe that on this map, the power bows, they're in pretty limited quantity, should always just go to the defenders. I mean, if you're taking a power bow with you and then you're rushing and trying to break the monument or something, it's really a waste of resources. Those are much more valuable on defense, in my opinion, because often you don't have enough people back on defense, and you need the heavy firepower for the people that do stay back. And my main thing when it comes to playing defense is line of sight to the monument and ease of mobility for the defense and your team in general. So basically, line of sight to the monument means I want my teammates, wherever they are on our side, to be able to see that monument at any point. If they look in that direction, they should see it. Because if there's, we're being pushed on and the red team is being a threat to us, I want as many people to be aware of that as possible. Of course, you're going to use the chat to announce certain things as well from time to time, but a lot of people don't read chat. A lot of people won't care unless they see, oh shit, yeah, we're in trouble. So yeah, creating a line of sight to the monument is really important, and when you're doing that, you're also doing something else that benefits your team, and that's taking away things for the red team. Because I'm never the red team. I always refer to myself as being on blue team, because I always pick blue team. The bad team, which is the red team, you're taking away places for them to hide and places for them to get on top of and build over to your monument. Because when you set up your defense, if you've done a good job, pretty much the only way they're going to get to your monument on this map is by a sky bridge or sky bridging off something. So you want to take away their options, and this is doing that. You're creating that line of sight, and you're also taking away options of attack. I guess, again, this is something that is done on many maps, and right there, his teammate is working on this building with me, and there's another one working on the other building. So yeah, I'm glad at this point in the match that I have people who are on the same page as me. A lot of times, and later on in this match, you'll see that you're fighting your own team as far as setting up your defense. You have people that just don't play the map very much, or they're just new to the game mode in general, and they'll come around and start doing some really idiotic things that just are counterproductive to your defense. And you're having to not only fight the reds, set up a defense, maintain your defense, because the reds are going to try to destroy and break down your defense, by block spamming and destroying staircases and such. But then you also have to fight and deal with the stupid shit your teammates build. And right now, I decided to stop demolishing buildings and stuff right now for the time being, because obviously I saw those people up in the treetops. They were shooting over. I was worried about them bridging over first. So I wanted to go ahead and make my counter bridge, which when you build it, you generally don't want to do it directly in front of the monument. You want it to be off to the side a little bit. And a lot of times people, they just make a really small bridge and then they're done. They don't worry about it anymore. But to me, I like to really beef up my bridge when I make one. And yeah, a lot of playing defense is, as you're seeing right here, is you're being flexible. You're bouncing away from building and tearing down and then fighting. You got to go back and forth. You kind of got to pay attention to what's going on and know where you need it most at any given point. Right now, I don't know why the people complain about spawn killing on this map. It's like, well, fucking deal with it. Get out. They made it legal before Overcast closed down. You can spawn kill. So fight back. I don't know what else to say. Don't bitch and chat about it. But anyways, yeah, I like to beef up my bridge. I get my initial staircase made and give a decent platform to fight back on, make a stand on. But then I like to widen it as much as I can, and I also like to make multiple staircases up. Because, if they do take the bridge from you, and they're going to destroy the main staircase right here. So I often like to make another one underneath this one, like maybe a little lower from a different angle. So a lot of times maybe they take the bridge and they'll block off this one to take control, but they don't worry about blocking off the other, and it gives your team another way to get back up there and retake the bridge. I also like to build, there's a tree over to, let me turn around. Okay, from the direction I'm facing now to your left. So there's a tree out by the water in that area that I like to build a staircase to and do not connect it to anything. I just like that to be a base to snipe from. Because when you lose the bridge, if you have a legitimate high point to snipe from the side, and you have a power bow, you can do a lot of damage and help your team take back the bridge without even having to be on the bridge. And again, as a defender, I always have a power bow on me if I can help it. For instances like that, you can try sniping from like one of the buildings in the back if you want, but for the most part, they're going to try to be conceal themselves from the people that are down on the ground in that area already. It's good to have multiple. It's good to create a crossfire, basically. And that's kind of what you do when you're attacking from multiple angles like that. But yeah, now I'm just going to try to beef up this staircase a little bit, make it a little bit wider. Again, you can't just rely on one little staircase. It's like 5 blocks wide, especially when they're being really aggressive right here. And again, I told you they'd be block spamming, and now that we have a staircase, part of my job as a defender is keeping this staircase clear from that block spam. So that's something you just constantly fight. And this guy right here says, Spintown, we should use signs to prevent water expose. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's a good idea. I usually don't take the time to make the signs. I got like 5 or 6 other things I'm trying to do as a defender. But it's always good if somebody goes through and wants to do that. That's always helpful, in my opinion at least. What I do a lot of times after I get my staircase, and I do in this game as well, is I'll take some fence posts and some iron bars, and I'll make a couple little paths that go up the stairs that pretty much prevent the defenders from pouring water down at least that one area. And sometimes I'll try to do that on both sides. I can't remember if I do it here or not, but that is one thing I like to do. I'm more apt to do that than place the signs, but signs are a good thing as well. Doing both is probably optimal, but yeah, I don't have time most of the time. I'm trying to destroy all the buildings and stuff, and I've already got distracted from that. There's still buildings that are up that I generally like to take down to create more line of sight stuff. And I don't even... This is another thing you're seeing me do right here. A lot of people build a wall up front. Fuck the wall. I want the line of sight all the way across our side. I hate having any kind of wall around the monument or even around our side for the most part. Now this is not where I like to build my second staircase usually. It's a little too parallel with the first one. But, I'm in a hurry right here. So this is just where it ended up. And there's another teammate over there building another one. So I probably should have worked with him and built where he did, but I'm pretty sure I used his staircase anyways. I think I used that as like a third means to get up there, and I beef it up a little bit. And it comes in handy, I believe, in this match as well. So it's always good to have multiple ways to get up to the sky bridge quickly. As long as you're not like putting a staircase behind your monument and going over your monument to get to your sky bridge, you're fine. You don't want to have anything near your monument that's tall. You don't want anything over your monument at all, because that's how the red team is eventually going to win the game if they win, is they're going to have to bridge to it. So if you build something that goes over it, you've done half of their job for them. Yeah. So yeah, now we got 2 ways to get up there, and I'm going to, since he put it here, I just take advantage of it and add some more stairs. Alright, man, this is an hour and 40-minute video, and I sped it up. It's ×2, I believe, is what I got the speed on right here. So it's going to be a 40-minute video of me playing defense, and I got to commentate over, and I'm already running out of things to say. But yeah, now, as you can see, I'm putting up yet another staircase. The positioning here is not all thought out and as well done as I would normally like, but I'm just rushing. I seem to be, aside from the guy who put the one little single thing there, the only one focusing on stairs or trying to work on it. And the Reds were pushing, so I'm rushing. I want to get multiple means to multiple paths to the bridge as fast as I can. I really don't want them to end up taking the top and us just having a couple ways up there. There. And again, sometimes you stop and shoot people along the way as you're building. Now, I don't think I died in this game. And playing defense, I mean, for the most part, you're not going to die a lot on the Nile. But, usually you die a few times here and there, get knocked off a bridge or something. But in this game, I don't think I died. And the reason I never put this on my main channel, and this is going on my second channel for sure, is because I was trying to get a better match. One where I set up a better defense than the one I do. And it just never happened. It closed before I can get a real good video. And a lot of times, you're walking around trying to take down the block spam from your own team even sometimes. But I'm also filling in holes. It's, again, you want to create a very mobile environment for your team, and you want to keep that line of sight for the monument. So when you do see something, you see somebody getting close to it, you can swarm and do it quickly. Getting to the monument quickly is, it's a big part of your defense right there. It's one of the most important things there is about defense. So, just getting some more iron. And I believe I used this to, I mentioned it earlier, make the iron bars and the fences. I'm going to go over there and put a couple lanes up there. So just in case they get the top briefly, they're not going to water the entire thing. And they've got some block spam on there already that, I'm not taking care of it now, but me watching this video again, it's annoying me. I can't stand block spam, especially on my bridge, my stairs. And for those of you who don't play Overcast and these giant multiplayer PvP games like this, where there's a monument or a quarter break or something, this is probably very strange for you to watch, but because honestly, there's not a ton of servers that do this type of gameplay. But yeah, it's very different from a lot of mini games, and that's why I like it. It's an environment that allows you to work as a team and to go after some greater objective. And it allows you a lot of freedom in terms of how you play the game. There's a lot of things I could be doing here. I don't have to be playing defense. I could be attacking, trying to break their monument, and I could be doing it a dozen different ways. I could go over on the other team's side and just camp and snipe people from their mountain over there. I can go, create a sky base over their area, fill it with water, and then destroy the sky base just to flood their area. There's so many things you can do to entertain yourself in games like this, and even if you're not playing defense or you're attacking the other team's objective directly, you can still be helping your team by doing some of these other things. A lot of times people would complain on my team as well as on the other team. When I would go over to the other mountain on the other team's side, I'd go to their side and with a power bow, and I'd camp on their mountain just sniping people, killing them from up there. And they'd be like, "You're not helping at all," is what my team would basically be saying, and the other team would be, "Stop it, you're just being annoying." But in reality, if I can go on top of that mountain by myself, annoy the red team so much that they send 4 or 5 people up to attack one person, that's a lot less resources they have to dedicate to their defense or to attacking our monument. It's helping the team. Now, if I'm one of those people that's going to go over in maybe a corner of the map and start building, I don't know, a little McDonald's or a concession stand, yeah, those people are just wasting your team's time and resources and their manpower. So those people aren't really helping anything, but that's something people do. Sometimes people will get on there and just do their own little thing, and that's fine, I guess, as long as they're not getting in the way of your team winning the game. And I think I run into somebody in this game who is like that. I don't know what they were building, and they said they were building something for defense, but whenever I'd ask them what it's supposed to do to help the defense, they don't answer. And in my opinion, it was counterproductive to our defense that I had been working on, so I fucking tear it down. I've never been in trouble for team griefing, but I always wondered if one day I would have gotten in trouble for that. But most of the time when I would tear down somebody's stuff, it was legitimately, in my opinion, hurting our defense. So I guess that's why I never got in trouble for it, because I was certainly reported in-game for it at times. But I think staff would have logged in and saw what I was doing. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't have built this stupid thing. So, running for my life here. As you can see, now I have the staircases. They got their little pathways on them with the iron bars and the fences. And now if somebody waters the stairs, the area between the fences and the iron bars, you can't place water there, so you can still run up there really quick. Now I'm just going back to destroying shit until I see that the red team has taken the top, and so I go up a second set of stairs, since they only blocked off one. Why it's, again, important to have multiple ways to get to the top. But I am outmatched right here as far as, I'm outnumbered. So now they're coming over to block off the other set of stairs, so I gotta, get some help. Let my team know that they took the bridge, and I'm going over there to a third set. Again, never a bad thing to have 2, 3, 4 sets of stairs on your side. And it's even better when they're coming from different areas. You don't want them in the 1 block away from each other. Positioning in this game right here could be better, I admit. I told you before I was rushed. But yeah, once they take the top, you can see what they're going to do. You can see they're going to bridge and block off the stairs. They're going to try to bridge from where our start of the bridge goes over to our monument and jump down on it and break it. That's what our team's going to try to do to their team at some point. Now, there are other ways they can get on top of the monument. They can run straight there. It's very unlikely that they will succeed because, we destroyed all the stuff around the monument, and we would see them and kill them when that happens if they tried it. They'd have to do it in mass, where they had a lot of people at once for that to work, and even then, that's a tough thing to do at this point in the game. If you're going to rush it and just go right at the monument from the ground, usually that's going to happen really early in the match. Once a defense gets set up, that's just very hard to do. But you can also attack from the mountain. Like, there's people doing that in this game right now. You can see the bridge up there in the background, which I apparently haven't paid much attention to at this point in the game, but I do here soon. But from that, if they go to the top of the mountain where our spawn is, and they can start bridging over to our monument from behind us. And sometimes that's pretty easy to do because people don't necessarily look behind them when they're setting up their defense a lot. So a lot of times you can get the bridge made and you can be trying to drop down on the monument before the defense will even notice. Not always, but sometimes you get lucky. So it's not like you have to skybridge from that one spot. You may be asking, why am I destroying this stuff right next to our spawn? It's like, again, line of sight. I don't. It's pointless to have this stuff right next to spawn. When people come out that thing right there, I want them to be able to see our monument. And there's no reason to really cover up spawn. You spawn in the back of a long tunnel that has a 90-degree turn in it. So you can't really get spawn killed. If you just spawn and go AFK, you're fine. Nobody's going to hurt you. And this right here is not going to offer you much protection anyway, so. What I like to do is the building directly behind the monument, I like to tear that down except for the main floor. I like to expand that by, there's like a little porch on the back side of it. I like to enclose the porch, tear down everything but the main room and that porch, and make that the storage area for our team. I did not get a chance to do that this game. I got too busy with making the counter stairs and tearing down other things and, fighting various things. I got distracted. Right there where they have those chests and everything, that's pretty much where I like to do it. It's just, I like to make sure the building gets tore down as well. Because, again, you can hide in that building from the other team. It's a hard place to bridge from this late in the game. But I don't like having any place on our side of the map where Reds can just hide. If the game goes on long enough when I'm in a match, every single building on our side is getting leveled. That's why I made all those axes, and I usually will use them all given the time. When I'm playing defense, I don't always play defense on this. Like I said, I've done a lot of stuff where I go over to the other team side, camp, tried to break the monument, various things. As you can see, I did finally notice the people up here. And now, stay back. I am making it a priority now to stop this bridge because it's very easy to lose this match. Once they get over the monument, they can drop a little bit of water down, and they can drop all the way to our monument without dying. That's not a big deal. So this bridge needs to be taken over, and then it needs to be destroyed. Destroying those bridges are annoying because it takes one arrow for you to die at this point. Because, there's no railings right where I'm at right now. One red guy shoots up a nice shot, and I'm a goner. So, a lot of times when Reds will make a bridge like this, nobody from the other team, or my team, will bother to take the bridge down. It's a tedious thing. People just don't like to do it. Plus, they just don't want to get shot off and killed either, I would imagine. I am good with tedious. And it helps to be good with tedious when you play defense. Alright, if you want to see the second half of this video of me playing defense on the Nile, just click this annotation right here and I'll take you right to it. Just do it. Or not. I don't really care. This is my second channel. I don't care about views. But yeah, it's there if you want it.